Welcome to the finale of the Flash Rebirth storyline right here at Comicstorian. At this channel, we like to catch you up on your favorite comic book lore and information. We give you all the stuff so that you are the guy that knows everything about the Flash, about Batman, about Spider-Man, about Wolverine when you go hang out with your comic book nerdy friends. And today we're going to be bringing you Flash issue 760, 762, and 761. The finale to the Flash Rebirth story arc that has been happening for over 100 issues. I'll talk more about that at the end, but just to give you a quick recap, the Flash is finally fighting against Eobard Thawne, but Eobard Thawne, also known as the Reverse Flash, has taken over his body. He is in Barry Allen's body, and he tried to go and fight against the Flash family, but they realized what was going on early on, and Jay Garrick just showed up to stop the Reverse Flash from taking over Barry's body. We're going to talk more about that in a second, but there's also an individual group known as the Legion of Zoom. They are an army that the Reverse Flash has built to fight against the Flash army. All of that would make more sense if you watched the video down below, but there you go. That's your quick recap. Eobard Thawne in Barry Allen's body is about to fight against the Flash family, starring Jay Garrick. Let's go. With Jay arriving, he quickly jumps into action to fight, and Eobard yells out, "What a surprise! Jay Garrick to save the day? But I've seen your future, and you're just a footnote in history." Avery watches, asking who is the guy in the helmet, and Impulse shouts that that's the First Flash, and we gotta help him. Jay blocks one of Eobard's attacks, telling Impulse, "No, you need to get as far away as possible, son." Eobard manages to get a kick in, asking, does he know why Barry kept him around for so long? "Because he was polite. He never cared about your advice. Was hard water anyway." Eobard gets ready to finish the fight, but before he can get his punch in, his body begins to violently vibrate as Barry is trying to regain control of his body. Eobard focuses and runs off, stating that Barry is acting quicker than expected. "Time to accelerate my plans." As he escapes, Kid Flash asks if they should follow him, but Jay tells him once everyone is safe, he'll take care of it. For now, they just need to use the Speed Force connection to track where Eobard is going. Iris then says, actually, they might not have to look very hard. She just got an email tip at the newspaper. Elsewhere, Captain Cold and the rest of Eobard's Legion of Zoom stand waiting. Cold says that this is where they're supposed to be. "I hate the Flash too, but this? Desecrating some lady's grave?" As everyone looks at Nora Allen's grave, Trickster asks, "Who is this person? Anyone else getting a feeling that Thawne's lost his marbles?" Dawn then asks how they can be questioning Eobard's plans when he's been right about everything so far. And at that moment, Eobard slides in, telling the Tornado Twins, "Thank you, but I need Nora Allen's body. Nora Allen is an important marker in this timeline, and because of that, she has temporal energy. If I can extract that energy, I can ground this body and Barry Allen will be gone forever." But inside of the Flash's mind, he says that he can feel himself getting control again. He's regaining his body. Max Mercury tells him to just let it all soak in and let the emotions guide him. Remove the hurdles that are laid out. Flash feels his powers coming back, stating that he's getting some traction. So he can. But before he can finish, a voice calls out, "Tick-tock, tick-tock, you're running out of time." At that moment, a green costume speedster rockets in sliding, shouting, "Eobard promised to get me out of this hellhole. After he won, he'd let me take over Brother Bart's body, and then I could be Eobard's Kid Flash." As the child continues throwing punches and missing, Flash asks, "Who?" Max tells him that that is Thaddeus Thawne, a twisted clone of Bart Allen from the future. Flash keeps dodging, telling him, "All I see is a kid in pain. Just like Eobard, if fighting a kid is what's between me and freedom, then we're gonna be here for a while." Back out in the real world, Eobard yells to everyone to hurry up. "Dig up Nora!" Grodd gets ready, but Glider tells him don't, and Cold says, "She's right. This isn't us." Eobard shouts that once they're all done here, then they'll have everything that they ever wanted. They will rule the past, present, and at that moment, a purple blur shoots out, cracking him in the face. A silver helmet then bounces off the heads of everyone. As Eobard is straightening himself up, he says, "I knew they'd follow the Speed Force and find me." And Kid Flash tells him, "Actually, we got a tip where you were heading." Eobard pauses for a moment, asking, "Who would?" And then Trickster laughs, "Haha, gotcha!" In frustration, Eobard sends Trickster back to his timeline for betraying him, shouting, "You were a waste! Tornado Twins, make your papa proud." The twins start to summon a tornado, but Dawn says that it's time to introduce themselves to the family. In the middle of the attack, Impulse holds his ground, telling them, "You know, we never get a chance to meet, but I can tell that this isn't the version of you." Dawn yells, "How could you possibly know what we've gone through? Our father left us." Impulse pushes through, telling him, "I know what it's like to live without a dad. I was lucky to find a family to fill that role, but I've never given up hope that they'd be here with me someday. So please." Impulse reaches out, touching Dawn's hand, and he stops, asking, "Son?" The twins begin to fade back to their time, and Dawn realizes what happened, what is going on, and who Impulse is. Thawne did something to us. He used some kind of power on the negative speed force to make us like this. Thank you for saving us. Son, I'm proud of you. Impulse waves to them, stating, "There's so much I want to tell you, but I'll catch up with you soon, Dad." Eobard yells to everyone that they don't need Barry's brats. They've got the greatest Flash villains to ever live. Kill them! But back inside of Flash's mind, Thaddeus Thawne continues his attacks, with Flash telling him that he knows what it's like to be angry. But don't be like him. Don't follow in my footsteps. You can make your own path, Thaddeus. Thaddeus scoffs, "Whatever! Good luck fighting Thawne and his army. If they all weren't on the wrong vibrational frequency, I'd join them. See ya!" Jesse asks, "Wait, wrong vibrational frequency?" They must be getting close for Eobard to send him. Let's see how he likes it when they push harder. Flash pushes again, trying to steal back his body, and Eobard falls to his knees, yelling, "I am Barry Allen! I am the fastest man alive! No, 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 no!" And while Eobard is struggling, Grodd says that this is their chance. They kill Eobard and take care of both Flashes. As Grodd runs forward, Jay stops him, telling him, "There isn't a chance that that's gonna happen." Eobard screams again as lightning strikes with a crack-a-doom. Eobard gets up in his original body, stating, "Well, I hope you're happy. You've ruined my fun. Oh no, only Barry Allen can be the Flash." Flash tells him, "That's what you never understood. I'm not the Flash alone. We're the Flash." With the addition of Max Mercury and Jesse Quick at his side, Kid Flash yells, "Looks like the odds are on our side." Eobard runs off asking, "Do you really think I didn't think of this? That I didn't stop at gathering just a small handful of the Flash's greatest enemies? I was building an army! And if I can't be the Flash, there will be no Flash or Flash family." As most of the villains are plucked out of time, Eobard laughs, telling them, "This is my Legion of Doom, and we will kill each and every one of you and every person in Central City. That's a Reverse Flash fact." Soon the fists begin to fly in an all-out brawl with everyone, and the Flash quickly calls out to Kid Flash that they need to get Iris out of here. With Kid Flash doing that, Eobard asks, "Did you just send your love away again? This is going to leave your family outnumbered." Flash throws a villain into Eobard, telling him, "I noticed you don't have any speedsters in this group. What are you afraid of?" But soon Max says he has an idea. They just need to stop and meditate. Impulse asks him, "Really? Now, Max?" And Max tells him not to worry, just cover him. With more of the Flash family occupied, Eobard's Legion begins to take over the fight. And as it starts to come down around Max, Impulse yells that they are out of time. But after a few more minutes pass, and Max opens up his eyes and a voice says, "There's one thing that all the Flashes have in common. It's that we're always a little late to the party." As Wally's kids, Jai and Iray, lead the charge, Flashes from all across time rush in. Iray yelling to Max that they got the call. Kid Flash runs by with the civilian asking, "We got backup now? Good, we got to evacuate the city." With the group splitting up, Avery takes the remaining fighters, telling them that they're going into the fight. As the tides begin to turn in the favor of the massive Flash family, Eobard focuses his attention on Flash, and Flash asks, "Why are you doing all of this? Why stop me from solving a murder?" After getting hit, Eobard stumbles back, telling him, "I have seen your future. I dedicated my life to the Flash Museum in the 25th century. In the future, I worshipped you. Long after the feel of rejection, I was your biggest fan, Barry Allen. And when I found out that I'd have to die over and over again at the hands of the Flash, I set out to make you hurt. That is why I changed Hunter Zolomon's fate to become Zoom by giving the clown the gun. That is why I killed Godspeed and planted the black hole evidence so that he'd go to the CSI and eventually become who he was. Did you really think that this was just about killing your mother. Wrong! That's why everyone heard my whispers. With Jay, with you, everyone could hear the whispers of doubt, including Wally. I did it all. I'm the one who set your life on this path, Barry Allen. Flash begins to shake, asking, what did you do? And Eobard punches Flash in the chest, yelling, this was planned from the very beginning. It was all gonna come down to this moment. On this day, the Flash loses. At that moment, a lightning bolt strikes with a thundering crack-a-boom, knocking the two of them back, and a voice calls out to the Flash, stating, find me, Barry. Find me. Flash asks if that's Wally, and Eobard gets back up, stating, what? Not again! No, this isn't right! This isn't what happens! This is not the future! Things must have changed. Eobard runs, and the Flash quickly chases after him, but still the battle with the villains continue. Once everyone is out of harm's way, Impulse says that he might have a plan. He has done a lot of time traveling, and it's pretty wacky, but these bad guys are all on different vibrational frequencies. Jai asks if they just run around the bad guys really fast and correct their frequencies, and Iray says that should send them back, right, Impulse? So all of the speedsters begin to run and vibrate through the crowds, with Kid Flash yelling, this hurts, I don't know if I can. And Jay yells, you just need to keep running, son. We can do it. A few moments later, a blinding light begins to shine, and an earth-shattering crack-a-boom rings out, and as the light fades, Kid Flash looks around at the empty streets, asking, did it work? The plan did work, but Impulse has one final question. With all the villains gone, with all the Flash family gone, where is Barry? Elsewhere, the Flash is right behind Eobard, shouting, I am going to kill you, Thought! Eobard calls out that this is it. We are at the finish line. It's do or die, Flash! Soon, I'll be back in the 25th century, where I can learn new ways to torture you and the family. Or we can skip all of it and just keep running forever. We will keep doing this endless loop of death and rebirth. Flash grabs onto Eobard, and Eobard yells, do it! Let's relive history together. One little twist, just like with Godspeed. Kill me! But the Flash lets go, and the two slide to a stop. I'm done with this. It's the same thing, over and over, Eobard. It's time I try something different. Something new. He pulls down his mask. He looks at Eobard. He looks him dead in the eyes. The anger within Eobard welling up, prepared for his final moment. But Barry changes it. I forgive you, Eobard. Eobard stops moving, asking, you, what? Flash goes on, telling him, we are in a loop. It's time for us to move forward. Your hate for me keeps us tethered together, but no more rejection. No more of this defining who you are. Eobard charges, screaming, our hate is forever! But the Flash vibrates, and as Eobard passes through, he stops, asking, what was that energy? The Flash tells him that he pulled the Speed Force into himself, just like he did when he created the Flashpoint. An out-of-body experience gave him an idea. He can never save his mother, but he can save Eobard Thawne. Eobard asks, wait, did you just ground me? Flash tells him, yes. I vibrated to allow some of my Speed Force to stay with you. You need a lightning rod. It's me. Eobard looks at himself. I was a paradox. It helped me avoid all of the changes in time. This will reset me. Wait, no. Don't do this to me, Barry. The last time this happened, I forgot everything. Please, no! And as the light takes him over, Eobard finds himself in the 25th century as the curator of the Flash Museum. He finds himself at the beginning of it all, at the beginning of his timeline, with no knowledge of anything. He tells a group of kids that he will be their guide today, and he begins to tell them all about the adventures of Jay Garrick. But one of the children stop, asking, who's that? Eobard tells the child that is a great question. This is a statue of the Reverse Flash. Sadly, there's not a lot of information from the 21st century in regards of who he is. But they do know that he played a significant role in the Flash's life, and some would say that he is the Flash's greatest villain. It's hard to imagine living a life full of hate, especially for the Flash family. It's just not a way to live. Who wants to see the Godspeed section? As Flash watches Eobard leave, he runs back through the different points in time, correcting all of the things that Eobard has done with the Legion of Zoom. Even the grave of August Hart seemed to have disappeared. But there's still one mystery left to solve. Who was Heather Macy, and why did Eobard Thawne target her? Flash watches as Heather's family plays in the yard, and Heather asks if there's anything that she can help him with. He tells her no, he was just admiring her home. It reminds him of when he was a kid. His name is Barry Allen. Heather introduces herself and asks if they know each other. The Flash tells her no, he doesn't think so, and he'll be leaving. Make sure to tell Mr. Macy that I said that you have a lovely home. Heather said actually, Macy is her last name. She never changed it. Her husband is Thawne. The Flash realizes what this means, that the one mystery that Thawne never wanted him to solve is the mystery about his life. He quietly laughs to himself. Right, of course. Well, you have a great day, Miss Macy. Before everyone heads back to their timelines, the Flash family has a barbecue to celebrate their victory, but as he gets a call, Flash heads inside to make himself something to eat just before he leaves. And a voice asks him, why does he do it? No judgment or anything. But why go out there and risk his life to help strangers? Is it because of what happened? The Flash finishes his sandwich telling the person, no, I never put the costume on because of any suffering or tragedy. It's simple. I'm the Flash because of what she taught me. Because it's the right thing to do. As the Flash continues, he says his goodbyes to his mother's image, and he runs out the door. Living up to a legend can feel impossible some days, but because of his friends and his family, he will continue to be the hero that everyone hopes for. He will make mistakes along the way, he will trip and he will fall, sometimes in the great race of life. But he knows that will never stop him from always moving forward. He will never stop trying to be the Flash. And there you have it, the conclusion to The Flash. Now, as I said in the beginning, this is Flash issue 760, 761, and 762. I do want to state, yes, I titled this something along the lines of The End, and yes, it is the ending of this run of The Flash. Joshua Williamson did over 100 issues of The Flash to tell this story. It is now concluded, and this version of The Flash is done. A new writer has taken over as of 763, and he is telling a story about The Flash's ring. And while it's awesome and The Flash will continue forever, just imagine this. What basically has happened with these over 100 issues is the seasons of The Flash CW show have come to an end. This is the equivalent of what I'm talking about. Like, this is the analogy. But your favorite show has ended. Sure, The Flash will have a follow-on series, but it won't be the same. It won't be the same voice. It won't be the same stories. It'll be something brand new. And that is the equivalent to what has happened. Consider this, his 100 issues are complete. His season of the show is done. Brand new story is about to be told. But for all of you who have been here since the beginning of Flash Rebirth in 2016, this is it. The story is over. And it's kind of sad. And I loved his send-off with this whole thing. Now, if you're curious about that brief moment in which Eobard yelled out that his plans were being ruined, that things were changing again, that is actually referencing Death Metal, another event that is going on in DC. And basically, Eobard would have won this if Death Metal wasn't happening, because Death Metal altered the timeline again. If you're curious about us covering Death Metal, we will be very soon, so don't worry about that. That's coming on its own. But I just wanted to let you know that that is the moment that changed Eobard's plans. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. All of you Patreons and YouTube membership members, you guys are incredible, and because of you, we're able to keep going. But everyone who made it to this point in the video, those of you who have stuck with me to the end of all of these Flash videos and gotten to the conclusion, thank you. In the words of The Flash, while I've made mistakes along the way with this channel and my decisions of what to do with my videos, I trip and I fall sometimes in the great race of the YouTube video. I had to do some kind of wordplay there. Either way, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next time right here at the continuation of The Flash, but the new story.